Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. This is the April 9th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. We did wind up with a pretty good round of severe thunderstorms that rolled through portions of our region as we went through yesterday evening primarily. These are the storm reports compiled by the Storm Prediction Center. And you did get a couple of tornado reports down to the upstate of South Carolina. Numerous tornado warnings actually issued through parts of North Carolina, but the main damage report has been wind damage. And, of course, if any storm surveys need to be conducted, those will be conducted today to determine wind damage versus tornado damage. Snapped a couple radar images. This was a storm that was up in the northern part of the Triad viewing area, and that was a storm that was really rotating, prompted a tornado warning for Stokes and Rockingham County, and that's the reflectivity data, and you can see here on the velocity data, very nice couplet there, not far from Walnut Grove, and then that pushed off toward the northeast and eventually into Virginia. And then down, I mentioned those tornado reports down in South Carolina. This is the, let me get that corrected there. There you go. That's the volumetric scan, and this is not at all the normal way you'd look at it. The south side is over on this side. So this is the south side of the storm. This is the north side of the storm. So we're actually kind of looking down into the storm from the northeast. But you can notice in this area right here, that is where you had that possible tornado sort of wrapping itself up down to the ground. You can kind of see straight through the rotational part of that thunderstorm right on down to ground level. I thought that was a pretty neat shot. This morning, all is quiet outside of the coastal plain, and they'll be quiet soon enough. And then you look upstream, and there is just absolutely nothing ongoing. Back to the Ohio Valley, the plains, the lower Mississippi Valley, and we have another very quiet stretch of weather coming up. And here comes the cool air. That's going to feel nice. We'll be in the 60s for highs today. We'll see a lot of sunshine building into the region. A little breezy this morning as some cold air advection takes place, but not bad. And we'll see highs mid-60s, maybe some upper 60s in some spots, but really much fresher feeling day. Beautiful, beautiful weekend weather. We've been highlighting that all week, and the weekend's going to be gorgeous. Tomorrow we'll see sunshine for our Saturday highs, upper 60s to around 70. Sunday probably mid-70s and a lot of sunshine. Just fantastic weekend weather. Now I do need to mention tonight, many of us in the Piedmont probably dipping into the mid to upper 30s. So those of you that have gone ahead and put some plants in the ground, I can't rule out there being a little bit of patchy frost. So just to be on the safe side, you might want to cover up that tender vegetation tonight. As we head into Saturday morning with low temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. And be sure and pull them off very early in the day because the sunshine will be out in full force all day, both Saturday and Sunday. All right, we go out to Monday, and it's still a pretty quiet pattern. Probably Monday highs toward the upper side of the 70s. But then what we're going to see happen is a really, actually quite significant backdoor cold front moves through. Now, very little, if any, precipitation with that, but notice what happens. This is a pretty strong area of high pressure that builds in. That's a 1036 millibar high sitting over the Delmarva Peninsula, and that'll help to push in some cooler air. So if you look actually at the upper air chart, a pretty good amount of ridging here through the eastern part of the country next week. But because this high pressure sort of wedging in here from the northeast as next week unfolds, temperatures are going to be held in check. In fact, maybe only 60s for highs again by Wednesday, but most of next work week likely featuring 70s for highs. So no real rain chances again in the forecast for the next 7 days, but temperatures at least this time staying in check and somewhat closer to the April average high temperatures for next week. All right, enjoy that beautiful weekend. Have a great weekend, and God bless.